Hey guys, and welcome to our review for Black Panther, directed by Ryan Coogler, starring Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, Denai Guerrero, Martin Freeman, Daniel Kaluuya, Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, Andy Serkis, and Winston Duke, who hasn't done anything but played M'Baku. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick. Tyler Switolski.
Yes.
And Adam Franey.
Yep. Here I am.
That was very charismatic, guys.
Thank you.
Glad you guys
I'm very tired.
I'm real Joel Kinnaman.
We're up.
I'm going to start
pretty late.
Let's just drop
Up
a little
real
episode.
late. Okay.
Tim,
Understand.
can you give us a little synopsis of Black Panther for the viewers?
Yeah. A week after the events of Civil War, T'Challa has returned to Wakanda to be crowned king. However, his role as both a leader and a hero are challenged by Killmonger, a young American with ties to the nation of Wakanda.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I would see that movie.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I certainly hope you did.
This movie is dominating the box office, we should say.
It's breaking records.
Yeah.
218? Did someone say? Did you say it was
Apparently,
218?
even break 220?
225? Literally going up.
It's still Sunday,
By the
so
hour.
We can't stop it. Well,
It's
one
body
o'clock.
slammed.
It's probably going to be the
box
second
office.
highest grossing domestic movie.
superhero movie.
No, movie.
Just movie in general.
Yeah, right?
If it hits 223, it beat Last Jedi for second biggest opening weekend of all time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Insane.
Fucked.
It's not.
Damn!
Last Jedi's 220, so if it breaks
It's a
220,
cultural event.
Yeah, man.
it's
It's a big
phenomenon.
deal right now. Ty, let's start with you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about Black Panther? General thoughts about it?
Be honest with you, when the Black Panther character came up in Civil War, didn't care as much. I thought it was cool, but didn't think he'd be getting his own spin-off right away so soon. I thought it would be later on. After having seen this, I loved it.
Oh.
I thought it was great.
Ooh.
I do think that it pulled a lot from other Marvel movies, though. Like, I think there were some elements that it took that I'm not sure if I can say stuff like some characters I feel weren't very original in this universe. I feel like they've taken some from other characters.
Some character traits from someone here,
Yeah.
character traits from someone here.
Yeah, and they've kind of put them
them
together. Like, the movie overall I thought was great. But
His
yeah.
sister being Kat Dennings in Thor.
No, what?
Like comic relief female.
Okay,
character.
comic relief, yeah, not like
Like her actual
personality
character.
Yeah, I was like,
No.
yeah, okay, I was gonna say, yeah, like,
Personality-wise.
Kat Dennings almost ruins that movie.
yeah,
Right.
Letitia Wright's great.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, she was fantastic. But then, like, I'm getting like,
Good and bad, not different.
Letitia Wright, right? Your last name's Wright? Okay, Letitia Wright.
yeah, but overall, I thought it was fantastic. Like, the whole story behind them and now what they're going to be doing. Certain characters, well, one character in particular, something happens with this character, and I really, really hate that. We'll get into that in spoilers. You probably do. It actually makes me very, very angry.
Curious.
But yeah, we'll get into that.
I hated it.
Tyler's angry.
Yeah, I'm actually getting a little. I wish I had a chocolate bar right now
A little flustered at the moment.
to feed my hunger. But
All right. But overall, you liked it. You really liked it.
I did.
You
Yeah.
had a little bit of qualms, but you liked it.
Yeah. I had a few issues.
He
with
said he
it.
loved it.
I did. I loved it.
Or
He
liked?
said he...
I loved. I said loved. Scott said liked, and then I confused me. But then no, I did love it.
Love.
Yeah.
You felt love. Well,
I did.
Tim,
That or gas.
what do you think of Black Panther?
Unlike Tyler, who was meh to Black Panther and Civil War,
Meh.
Civil War's a 5. Love it.
Okay.
Favorite Marvel
meh.
movie.
It's amazing.
Black Panther is great in that movie.
Okay. Why are you saying this like I didn't like it?
You idiot.
You said you didn't.
How dare
thought
you?
Black Panther was very meh in the movie.
No. In Civil
what?
War,
That's what I'm saying.
like I
You're
thought he was a
racist.
good character, but I just didn't think that they. You know what? No matter what I say, it's not gonna work.
No,
Go.
it's not.
You're racist.
I really enjoyed this movie. Had a great time in it.
There it is.
Don't start.
Have some quabbles. But they're kind of...
You had some what?
Squabbles?
Qualms.
I was jumbling a whole bunch of words together.
Some quibbles, some
Some
quabbles.
qualm problems, some quabbles.
I have some troubles that are not unique to just this movie. I've noticed it a lot in some recent Marvel movies that we can get into. Mostly down to production-wise. Some effects, that type of thing. But I thought the performances were great from pretty much everybody. I think Michael B. Jordan had a couple cringe lines, but besides those couple lines,
I'm the king now.
Yeah, a couple of those lines were like not great.
Yeah, I didn't mind them though. Like I didn't hate them. They
Yeah, I
were
didn't
kind of
hate them.
cringy, but they worked.
I'm
still.
taking over Wakanda.
Don't be doing that again.
Terrible.
Terrible.
See, I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had a couple
Little
cringe
cringe,
lines, but I thought his character was really good, and I thought his motivations were like pretty clear and good as well.
Loved him way more as Killmonger than as Human Torch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
Too
make
soon,
that
too
clear.
soon, too soon.
He's now the second person who's played a Fantastic Four character to.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, what is that? Move on.
You
Move
never
on.
played that. You're wrong.
What is that?
True, you're right. But yeah, I thought performances were great from pretty much everybody.
Never forget.
Did not realize that was Michonne from Walking Dead.
Really?
Yeah, I was like
Oh,
watching her the whole time,
shit.
and I saw her face. I was like, why does she look so familiar to me? She's
Yeah.
very different.
Now you know
She's
why.
very like charismatic in this movie.
Well,
like
because you
very
always see her with a
serious.
giant wig on.
Yeah, and she
In
barely
Walking
talks
Dead,
in
yeah.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And never smiles. In this movie, she's like cracking up, she's
Holy
having a good time, but
shit.
also being badass. So I was like, why do I know her? And then I found out, I'm like, fuck, she's great. Did not recognize her in this movie
I'm
at
just
all.
blown right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really love the character of T'Challa. Score and soundtrack, fucking fantastic. So
Yeah.
original.
Yeah.
So good. And I think my only my troubles come down to like the climax is not great for this movie. But again, that's kind of an issue I've had with some Marvel movies in the past as well. And there's some things I really liked that I can talk to you about later, I guess. But
We'll get into spoilers.
general thoughts, really,
Yeah.
really good.
You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, I'll jump in. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I had a really good time. Just to add on, I agree with most everything you said, Tim. One thing as well, the cinematography was great.
Yeah.
I believe is it Rachel Morrison?
Mm-hmm.
Oscar nominated for
Mudbound.
Mudbound this year.
Oh.
She did the cinematography here. Just some really cool shots. There's one in particular where like the camera starts like upside down and like
it's
twists.
when Killmonger.
Yes,
Yeah, it does
that
something, yeah.
sequence, and I was like, I see what you did there. Turned everything upside down there, did you? Yeah.
Scott's on to you.
Rachel.
Nothing gets by him.
But yeah, cinematography was great, but yeah, just the whole cast. I mean, there wasn't really a weak point for me. I thought everyone gave it their all.
Yeah.
I especially liked Denai Michonne from Walking Dead.
So
She
good.
was fantastic.
So good.
Very strong character.
Badass.
Andy Serkis.
Like literally and
Andy
physically.
Serkis was great.
Yeah.
He was just cackling away,
Yeah.
just having a great
Yeah,
time.
exactly what you'd expect. Like, because we haven't seen a lot of him. We've seen little bits here, little bits there.
Insane.
Nothing strong, but he was like fantastic. Like, you see like what the actual character is about in this, which was great.
But yeah, Chadwick Boseman was fantastic. I just think he's great.
Accent phenomenal.
Yes, on point.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan was pretty good. I agree with the cringe lines.
A couple cringe lines.
Like a little hard to.
Did they bother you though? Like, were they like
Yeah.
really?
When he gets like really like
Thug.
no, like when he gets like really animated and like tries to sound super tough.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I think he worked better when he was like the calm, cool, collected one.
Okay.
And it has like little bursts of like violence. But when he's actually like trying to like intimidate people by saying like, "Oh, I'm the king now," I'm like, I don't buy it, man.
But I
It's just it's literally like two lines I think that bother me.
I did enjoy the like flashback sequence, which we can get into.
The astral plane thing, or not the astral plane, the ancestral.
No,
plane?
like
Yes,
Oakland '92 kind of thing.
Oh, the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really like that, and it sort of cuts back again later with the astral plane stuff.
Yeah.
I really like that part of his backstory and everything, which we can get into specifically. But yeah, just all the supporting characters and just a super cool world.
Yeah.
You know, just Wakanda in general just looked awesome.
Yeah.
Just the visuals, like from a distance, you see like the city and everything. I just thought the world building was cool. With the I forgetting the name of the tribe, but the sort of in the snow in the
Fifth
mountains.
tribe, yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Didn't make a lot of sense because they wouldn't be able to talk because of all the wind, but because they're on the mountain. Anyways,
You're reading way too much
Way
into
too
this.
much into it.
anyways, that bothered me.
Comic book.
Really? Okay, so out of everything that happened in the movie, you had a problem with it.
I was like, okay, so the throne,
the
throne room for this tribe is
Open air.
hanging over this mountain, super high up in the mountains, and it's like quiet. It's like silence, and they're just
There
like
might be
talking.
glass around it. You don't.
There's no glass, bro.
There's a shield.
There could be a force
wind
field.
shield,
You know what? There's a
if you
force
will.
field.
Scott, there was a plant that when drank gives them powers of a Black Panther. You had problem with the wind.
Superhuman strength and
Good
agility.
point.
But they don't know how to make windows, I guess. There's a force field, I guess. Yeah, I just thought it was super cool. Just the world building and like the mountain and how there's this giant like vibranium mine and everything. That whole aspect was cool. But yeah, overall had a good time. I do have a little bit of a problem, probably similar to what you're describing. What happened to a character?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same character. I mean, there's really two characters we can talk about specifically.
One does something and one has something done to them.
We'll get into
We'll
it.
get
I have a
there.
problem with both.
I had a little
Yeah.
bit of issue
Yeah.
with it, and I will agree with you, Tim. I do think the third act became slightly predictable, and it was like, okay, we're in a Marvel movie now, and just gotta get the climax over with and get to the after credit scenes because you sort of know where it's going. And there's sort of one like fake out that is just like not a fake out because you know it's not a fake out.
Classic Aragorn story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just gonna say.
Yeah. Perfect example. That was a little bit like you didn't really have to play it off that way because we all know. But overall, I enjoyed it quite a bit. What do you think, Adam?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was very good. I agree with pretty much everything that's been said. I had a couple of nitpicks. There's some stuff I didn't like.
Did you hate how, like, when they're up in the mountains, you wouldn't be able to hear them because the wind was too loud?
Were you raging the whole time?
Yeah.
I was like, I walked out.
It's like there's not even like windows or like a force field up here.
What's
like,
the third
Were
act?
you like
Somebody
leaning over
tell
to
me.
like strangers, being like, "Hey, it should be really windy up here. What the fuck?"
Aren't you pissed off that you can hear them speak?
You know what I
like,
don't hear?
Me as well.
Wind.
Yeah. Think about that.
It's like Point Break and they're skydiving. Like, how could they yell at each other? They can't. There's no way they could hear each other. That's stupid.
Again, yeah, that's the biggest problem I had with
Two
the
movies
recent
ruined for
Point
me.
Break.
Both
stupid.
wind sound design related. No, I liked it a
movie
lot.
shit.
Yeah, I thought Michael B. Jordan was cringe. Loved his character.
Everyone's loving Michael B. Jordan in this, thinking he's the best Marvel villain
I've heard that
since
Loki.
Loki.
Guess I'll go fuck myself.
I think he has some of the best motivation.
He is a great character.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well written.
I'm talking about line delivery
Yeah.
from Michael B. Jordan.
I didn't hate it.
It was just cringy. I don't know how else to describe it. Well, you said it well. When he
I have two
does
moments
that,
when he like yells.
tough, like snarly. I'm like, it makes me cringe.
He's the bad guy, though. He's the bad guy.
He's a great character. I loved his backstory.
Yeah.
All of that, amazing. He was, like they say, the best villains. You understand their motivations. He is that.
You understand it very clearly. Why?
Chadwick Boseman's great. Loved all the characters. Loved the world building. I loved like the James Bond feel.
Hey.
Very Bond-like.
The
Yeah.
casino scene, that
Yes.
entire scene, which
Yeah.
is my favorite scene. That one take,
Me too.
Kugler was literally dancing,
I was waiting for it.
stunning. Yeah,
As soon as Kugler got like announced, I was like, "This is gonna be." I was like, "There better be a one-take fight scene somewhere in Black Panther."
There was.
And I got it, and it was great.
It rivals Creed for like amazing one take fight scene. That like, and I
Creed was better.
love Andy Serkis in this movie. I thought he was hilarious and amazing, chewing on the scenery. Literally loved him.
Yeah.
Love his like hand cannon.
Super cool tech.
I
love
loved
that.
it.
I wondered how they were gonna do his arm because
Yeah.
it's very obvious in the comics that he has this like laser arm like
Yeah.
cannon, like sound cannon thing.
Okay.
And I was like, how are they gonna do that but make it look more than just like his arm ends and just a cannon?
I
Like
expect
Mega
that to
Man.
look a little different, like the actual like color of it. I expect it to be more like Winter Soldiery, like almost like look
Like
more
full
metallic.
armor, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought going into it. I was like, it's gonna be some like typical like
Yeah.
metal laser cannon.
Yeah.
But they did something cool with it being like a prosthetic, and
Yeah.
it like splits in this weird way.
And
that was cool.
Yeah, grossed me a little bit.
Yeah, it's like
Wait a
a
minute,
paper
like,
cut.
ugh.
It's like a paper cut.
I loved it. It's like those people that cut their tongue in half where they can move it on both sides.
God, Jesus.
No.
I also loved how dark it was. Like Andy Serkis just telling that guy, like, you can leave, just don't tell anyone, and then shoots him in the head.
Oh, I laughed so hard.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
It was hilarious, but like they were getting savage. We're gonna spoil
People
it.
getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People got shot, especially in the casino scene.
Oh my God, there's people literally dying left and right.
Even some of the good,
like Marvel
good
is
characters
savage.
are like literally shooting people. I was like, what?
Yeah.
There was
They're doing
a
that?
kid in our theater, like I heard, sounded upset. I was like, oh shit,
Mommy, why did they
like
shoot that man?
scared.
Cover
yeah.
the child's eyes.
And just like violent. Oh man, yeah, I liked it a lot. Those are
Any quibbles?
some.
That's the
quibbles
word I
and
was looking
quabbles.
for. Thank you.
I have some quabblers.
I thought you said quibbles.
They said
I
quabbles.
said quabblers.
Oh, you said
Quabbles.
The fake
Quabbles,
out
quabbles.
was terrible. I hated that. Like the
Sorry,
Aragorn,
what is?
the Aragorn fake out.
Aragorn.
So cringe.
Very obvious.
It was literally like, okay, we're doing this.
Waiting.
Let's-
We're doing this trope
Let's-
again.
Yeah.
Let's undo that. Like it was just bad. I didn't think it was particularly funny. I didn't really laugh. Like the humor,
That's
like,
fine.
when the humor was attempted. Did
Oh.
you like the sisters?
It's just like,
jokes
it's just
were
meant to be like, yeah.
cringe. Like the
It
water-
wasn't like Ragnarok level.
It was supposed to be like chuckly. Like just like, ha. That was good.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie. What are those? Was terrible. I was
The Jake Paul reference.
disgusted. Yeah,
I was like, no.
literally.
What,
yes.
what was this?
Oh, I missed this.
When he's walking through her lab.
And she looks at his sandals, and
What
she's
are
like, "But what are those?" It's
yeah.
like this
The meme.
internet meme.
Terrible.
Oh, I missed that.
And I thought that though it was cool, the
Yeah.
kinetic energy gathering and then exploding.
Kind of too much. I
very
think.
very cool, but it was clearly used as like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Like anytime he's in
They're
danger,
shooting you. Use
Oh.
the kinetic energy.
he's like got 10 guys on him, like literally pummeling him, like cheat code, beep.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? is
Yeah,
that?
it was a
Yeah.
bit cringe.
Do you guys notice that I thought in Civil War the suit looked super practical, and so did his first suit in this movie. But then once he got the
It became
upgrade,
way too flashy.
it looked very CGI. Like
Yeah.
towards the end,
Homecoming,
it looks like I'm assuming it was probably just his head, and he was probably wearing green like
Oh, yeah.
morph suit that they've animated over.
I'm not sure.
I noticed that.
I'm not sure.
In a couple
don't think
scenes in
so?
particular, at the end
Maybe.
when he's on the mountainside,
climb
I'm like,
up
that
there.
looks really
'Cause I know
CGI.
he had this.
Yeah.
He wore the suit a lot.
Yeah, but there's a few
Because it looks
instances where I'm like,
real sometimes.
yeah, sometimes. But then other times I'm like, it's straight CGI, and I can tell it's straight CGI.
I'm sure, like some sequences, it's fully animated.
Yeah,
Like he's
Also-
not even in it.
yeah,
Thought the rhinos were cringe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies.
That was real bad.
Yes.
Like when he jumps on that rhino and is riding it, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, am I watching The Hobbit? Like,
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
He's-
What's he from?
get out.
Get out.
Thank you.
And
No,
also
no.
get the fuck out.
Oh. Right.
The easiest joke in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked it. Other than a couple minor nitpicks, I liked it a lot. It's good.
Well, let's give our ratings, and we can move into some spoiler discussion. This is a tough one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna say 4 to 5.
Yeah. What was
It's a 4. It's
It's a
a
4.
solid 4 to
Yeah.
5.
Interesting.
5?
No.
Heavy 4.
No.
Heavy 3.
It's got to be one of those two.
Heavy 1.
You liked it the most, I think.
You
so
loved it. Had a great time.
I thought I
It
liked
is
it
not
the most.
allowed to be lower than a 4.
I'm gonna say light 4.
You're
The
fucked.
fuck?
I don't understand your rating skills.
You loved it.
I understand.
I
your
did love it.
rating
Light
scale.
4 is good.
No, loved is like a heavy 4 or 5.
This is like this could probably be a 4. I'd have to watch it again
Loved
to
it.
see it a
At
4.
Light 4.
This is a light 4. What? Fuck you guys.
Wow.
I think
Adam?
you were defending the only things we didn't like, even.
No.
Like you were defending Michael B. Jordan.
No. Yeah, I thought it was a good performance.
Adam.
4. You're fucked.
That's a lot of similar ratings.
You liked it the least? Okay.
Well, fair warning, we will be discussing spoilers for Black Panther, so if you haven't seen the movie, check it out.
Apparently you have.
Most people have already.
Apparently.
But yeah,
Entire world
spoiler
has.
warning is now done.
Tyler, can I guess?
Yeah.
You either A, hate that they killed Claw, or 2, that Kahlua just like went against all of Wakanda for Michael B. Jordan's character. He's like, yep, fuck Wakanda. I'm gonna start attacking people. No? Am I different?
Claw.
Okay. You know the Claw thing.
Any
Hated.
circus getting fucking shot in the head.
Hated that.
Yeah.
Really?
Because to me,
I
like,
just like that.
we scratched the surface of what like an amazing character, and now it's just done.
It was a Snoke situation for you.
Yeah.
Ironically, Andy Serkis. Is Andy
I'm
Serkis
not
like
asking
trying to get out of
you.
acting
I'm
and just do
telling you.
directing now?
Oh yeah,
Or
Andy
like-
Serkis. Oh my god.
Now,
Fuck, that makes
I
me
like
angry.
that. Everyone complains no significant characters die in Marvel. How about
They hadn't made him
Andy
a significant character yet.
I
Like
thought they had.
he was barely. They had barely just started talking about him. Like he was such a small
See,
part in other
my-
movies.
why I'm okay with it is because, yes, he gives a great performance. He's a really cool villain. He would get his ass kicked by literally anybody in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is no threat.
I think he did
Yeah.
get his ass kicked.
Yeah,
in
like he
2
lucked his
movies.
way out of the scenario.
I wanted to see
Twice.
him build up something more and then be taken down. Like to me, like
I was okay with
he
it.
hadn't built up enough yet. Like we saw him just say a handful of
That's
times.
the
Like
beauty of his death, though.
Yeah, and I was surprised.
no,
that they
you
killed
can't
him.
just say that. Like
the rug
no,
pulled
no,
out,
I
wasn't
see
it?
what the problem is, but that's the beauty of it. No, that's not. That's just a cop out. Like
I'm saying that's
yeah.
not a problem. That's the beauty of his death, like Snoke.
You don't see it coming. You're surprised by it.
And people complain
that's
about
not beautiful. That's just annoying.
that is one take on
I
it.
will say,
I like to be surprised
me,
in movies.
yes, surprise is good, but I just like Andy Serkis.
I
Like,
love that character.
I don't want his characters to die. I want him to keep doing these characters because I just like Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
So it's
I
very
don't
very
dis- I love him.
selfishly.
Yeah, selfishly, I wish he didn't. But
Yeah.
I'm like,
But
I'm okay with it.
I get it, and he is. You're talking about Bond influences, like
Yeah,
his like Shuri is like literally Q,
Literally, yeah.
yeah,
and Serkis is literally like a Bond like henchman.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just some of the parallels are
It's
kind of
Bond.
funny,
Yeah.
you know. With like, anyways, was there anything
Kugler, 2019.
specific? I mean, what do you guys think? Well, we're on the topic of
That would
deaths.
be amazing.
What do you guys think of Killmonger being killed off in such a manner?
I think it's fine. I liked it. I
liked
thought it was
it.
like very much similar to the end of Civil War, where like Chadwick Boseman doesn't kill
Daniel Bruhl.
Daniel Bruhl. In the sense, he does kill Killmonger, but like he's like apathetic. I think is the word I want to say. He doesn't do it like willingly. He'd rather not do it.
Yeah,
Sympathetic?
Yeah,
Sympathetic.
yeah, something like that. I guess.
Apathetic's like I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah, the opposite.
yes. But he does it in a sympathetic way, where he like takes him out to see the sunset. Like father.
That was like
beautiful.
my favorite shot of the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
That was sick.
I'm kind of on the fence because
Uh-oh.
shout out to Peter. If you're watching, he's not going to be
Shouts
watching.
out.
He despised the fact that they killed Killmonger. He was like, "That's stupid. They built such a great character, and they're just going to kill him off like that."
Sounds
And
familiar, eh?
sorry, hold on. Killmonger, they built up as a great character. We've known
Nothing.
him for like an hour. Andy Serkis, who was in several movies. No, it's cool. It's fine. It's fine.
He said less screen time.
He was in
than
2
that.
movies, but yeah, he was in Age of Ultron for like,
A combined
minutes.
half hour, maybe?
Yeah.
and then he was in this.
Oh, that was in more than
No.
that.
He's in 2 scenes in Age of Ultron.
It still pisses me off.
And like
I-
3 scenes
as
in
you were.
this.
I agree and I disagree because you made a point and you just made it again, but you made that point right after the movie. Like, well, yes, but it is nice that they're taking a risk and actually killing villains. So on one hand, I get that, but
I see your
such a
point as
cop-out.
well, though.
it's a little bit like
I loved him.
I don't know. It didn't really make a lot of sense in the moment. It's like you realize that you could save Killmonger right now, and all you had to do was just stop him from taking the knife out of his heart. And you have all this technology, right? You could easily save his life.
Yeah, but he's also like respecting Killmonger's wishes at the same time, because he's very clear. Like he's like, "Oh, what? You're gonna save me just to lock me up and leave me in chains?"
He literally does.
That line is badass too.
And even that, when he says that, you have to
Yes.
realize
What?
his entire being has been formed through hate and revenge,
Violence.
and so in violence. So in theory, if he was saved, honestly, I don't think he'd be that.
It wouldn't change.
He wouldn't be that different of a person.
He literally says,
Even in his last moment, he's like, "What? You're going to save me just so you can lock me up and do something terrible?"
Yeah.
To me, he would. If you had saved him, he wouldn't have been any different of a character.
Yeah, I think his character.
It makes sense to kill the character. It's just it's similar to the Andy Serkis thing. Like selfishly, it's like
you want more.
God, you just created this great character here, and you're just gonna kill him off.
Well, begs the question for the inevitable Black Panther 2. Two great villains not around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just say
Shitty.
Winston Duke's M'Baku is also a villain in the Black Panther universe. So
I loved him. Did I say
I
that?
thought he was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He was funny and just cool.
I'll feed you to my children. He just laughs. So funny.
we're vegetarian.
That reminds me, I like Martin Freeman also.
Yeah, he's
I haven't
great.
given him any
Actually,
love.
haven't, yeah.
He was sick.
Yeah.
Great accent hiding.
Yeah,
Yep.
better to me. It was better than in Civil War.
Hobbit reunion.
Yeah.
Civil War was a little iffy.
It's a Hobbit reunion.
Bilbo and Gollum.
Yeah.
When
Face to
the
face
interrogation
again.
scene.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Sick.
I love that.
All you just have is just like fucking Doctor Strange standing in the background, and that would just be everything for me.
It's gonna happen.
Is there anything else specific you guys want to mention? Maybe about the third act, or just how it's
yeah.
pretty
Like-
paint by numbers.
It's very paint by numbers, especially when they fall down the shaft. I was watching Stuckman's review today, and he
Haven't seen that.
cuts in this scene of like Spider-Man fighting Venom in Spider-Man 3, where like they're falling off the building, like punching their way down. and
Yeah,
it's just
Quantum of
it's
Solace.
very dark. They're both
Yeah.
wearing black suits.
100% CG.
Swimmer CG.
They might be
But-
fighting. Who knows?
Who knows? But you contrast that with the awesome one take in the casino, where like literally
I
like
missed the one take.
there's a one great shot. It starts when Michonne is like Michonne. This is one of them holler.
It's okay. It's
When
okay.
Okoye.
That's who
It
she
starts
is.
when she starts spinning her spear, like knocking
Okay.
people off, and then the cameras just started following people. I'm like, is this it? Is this the one take? And then she like jumps off the top thing, and like the camera pans down with her, and she stabs a dude, and it pans back up.
Oh man, I totally
It's so
missed
good.
it.
Kicks a
It's
dude
so good.
through a
It's
railing.
not a true winner because
No, there's cuts in it.
you can
but-
tell like okay the pillar cuts right. in
Yeah.
front of it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Don't
But-
care whatsoever.
But
I still
it
love
did
it.
look pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the final fight scene was just like okay, we're going to generic like boss battle fight
Yeah.
scene. You know,
The
end of
war?
the movie.
like the climax.
That a little bit, but more so when
Oh,
they're
sorry.
in the mine.
Yes.
That
when the two of them are
sequence.
fighting.
And
Yeah,
they use
the
that
fall-
conceit
The fall punching.
where like Shuri like earlier in the movies like there's those like repulsor things that like cancel out the vibranium or whatever. You're like, okay, let's keep that in the back of mind.
Wait till that
they're
comes
They're gonna
back
come back
around.
to that one. The plant in there of that. I just mean them planting that. In
I
there.
think meant the plant.
There's a
like
physical
the purple
plant in there.
Plant that brings him back, like the get out of
The god
jail
fruit?
free, the god fruit, the Star Trek.
See,
like,
what I thought was going to happen
blood.
was that he wouldn't be able to take that drink before he could fight Killmonger again, and he ends up beating Killmonger, but without the Black Panther powers. That's what I was expecting,
That would have been cool.
That'd be sick.
because then he shows that he's like a
Once again,
badass.
Tim outrights Hollywood professional.
Tim, what are you
writers.
doing here?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I will like overall though, like Ryan Coogler did a great job,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but he sort of like regressed a little bit in those moments. It's like I got to do the Marvel thing.
I
Which-
feel like he had to.
Yeah, like I
Right.
wonder if like studio came in and be like, okay, you gotta have like a fight between these two guys. It's got to be like epic and
You know they did.
Yeah.
They must have.
Yeah.
Right?
that's not right.
I think you would have Edgar Wrighted.
Because that
Yeah,
felt like a
that's
very
exactly what I
that
was
felt like a
thinking.
very different fight scene than the one in the casino.
Right?
Like it seems like two different people directed that.
Yes.
Is there anything else specific you guys want to
I think
mention?
that's all I got.
Can't wait to see
Anyone else in the
Coogler's
cast I
next
forgot to
thing.
mention?
Forrest Whitaker got fucking shanked right in the
Eviscerated.
chest,
Yeah.
dead.
See, I saw.
So, did we get to the bottom of it? Was that guy at the beginning? Was that his son or no?
No,
Okay.
the IMDb trivia is incorrect.
Okay.
Shock.
I did think it was a bit odd. I'm like, wait, he's supposed to be playing Forrest Whitaker, but younger. I'm like, you look nothing like Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of the very end / post credit? Like the
Yeah, post
turning
credits.
the building into the research center and the post credits.
I think that was good. It's sort of setting up the future of Wakanda and how they're going to sort of move into being more in the global village.
Yeah,
Let's say.
and if Marvel's gearing up to Phase 4 being a lot more intergalactic, it makes sense that Wakanda, that has this huge technology advancement, will be sharing that with the world.
To
makes
me,
sense that it'd be like, oh,
yeah.
more space stuff is gonna be happening.
To me, it felt very Iron Man-y, Iron Man 1. Like,
yes,
he kind of announced himself as the Black Panther,
yeah.
And so that means if you know,
did he announce it? He didn't.
No,
well, no,
but
but
same.
But it's similar.
They're going to be
It
doing.
was very.
I feel like if they're going to be doing all these like developments and like all these like research centers, like it's going to be very obvious that like it's the Black Panther. But what they've done is if they're going to start opening up all these research facilities and science centers, that it's going to that's going to be kind of part of Robert Downey Jr.'s phase out a little bit, because a lot of the stuff has to do with Stark Tech and stuff like that. Like he kind of holds like a lot of like the robots and everything that happens is like through the technology, and like so I think he's going to be leaving, and I feel like she's going to kind of be taking over his spot. At least just in that character way.
Who's Robert Downey Jr. again? I didn't really care.
He plays Iron Man.
Iron Man?
Okay.
Perhaps you
didn't think
he
he was
now, I think I know.
He
who
was
that is.
like the beginning of the
Well,
universe.
we even see in Infinity War, clearly they're going to use the Wakandan army to like combat Thanos, right?
Yeah.
That
Actually,
running shot where they're all
Speaking of that, Ryan Coogler mentioned that is it the Soul Gem that
There's
hasn't been
one
revealed
missing.
yet?
It's either
I believe it's the Soul Gem.
right?
Is
Uh,
it Soul Gem?
Is not the purple fruit or anything relating to that.
Isn't Infinity War the next movie?
Yeah.
So
But
There are people that thought it was the purple fruit.
No,
not
no, but
necessarily,
based
but-
on the Infinity War trailer, you would think they would bring up the last stone in Wakanda because there's a big battle in Wakanda from the trailer. Like, oh, that big battle happens because he's shown up to get the last stone.
Guys, we all know where the last
It's
one
not
is.
in Heimdall's.
Idris Elba has it.
No, he does not.
is that confirmed?
No.
$5.
Sweaty news. I love bets. Yes.
Now, and what was the the very last end credits sequence
Bucky.
was a little shot of the White Wolf himself.
Yeah. Bucky.
Bucky Barnes is
white
recouping in
boy.
Wakanda.
White Devil.
He's awake. He's been thawed. His
Great.
brain's fixed.
I totally forgot he was there. Like, because you see him in the
I didn't. But
Infinity War trailer of him like fully as.
Well, they brought it up. They like when they bring Martin Freeman back. It's like, oh great, another white boy we have to fix.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It just seems like it was so long ago that
Yeah.
they like went to Wakanda. Like that.
What is
end
that
credit
in
sequence?
when he's in
Civil War.
He's in
They
End of
freeze
Civil
him
War.
at the end of Civil War.
Yeah. So I guess they thought about.
Oh.
It just happened so
What
long
was
ago
the
that
point?
the time was just like, oh yeah, obviously he's there.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like,
Yeah, we've seen the Infinity
It's
War
obvious,
trailer. He gets
yeah.
thawed out.
So I guess he's gonna be like training with the Wakandan army, or he's gonna be like taking up.
Is he gonna be the
Wakanda.
Link? I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
I guess
He does take over the mantle, I guess, of White Wolf, which is like I read
Is that a
about it
thing?
briefly. He's like
Is
a
that a thing?
anti.
Oh,
anti-
that's
yeah, he's a character in.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's cool.
He has like a costume similar to Black Panther's, but it's like a white one. He has like a cape.
Oh, interesting. Okay, because
Now
I recently read that Falcon is the favorite to take over as Captain America.
that happens.
That happens in comics.
Yeah, but
also
it's
Bucky.
Yeah, but it's also Bucky though. So like we know it's gonna be one of the two. So, but apparently the favorite is the Falcon. Anthony Mackie apparently is the favorite.
I don't know if Marvel even knows.
I don't know yet either. But I'm just saying this kind of makes sense. So if Falcon takes over as like if Cap dies, Falcon takes over, and then apparently this character exists.
I don't think White Wolf is ever actually Bucky Barnes in the comics.
Okay.
Pretty sure,
But
but
just hope no white supremacists take over that.
Yeah, no
appropriate
Ooh.
White Wolf as.
Ooh.
Anyways,
Let's not go there.
no. I just think the after credits was a little bit like.
a week.
Yeah,
Meh.
they're meh.
Yeah.
I agree.
They have been recently, actually, a little bit meh.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do it for our review of Black Panther. Tim, where can people find us?
People can find us on Twitter at UpReal8. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at UpRealTim and on Instagram at TheCraftPundit.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at UpReal8 Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTie.
You can find me on Twitter at Franny25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
You can find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section if you want to join our discussion about Black Panther. As well, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do appreciate the support there. And as always, keep it real.